Super 7-day forecast.
Hope you like that fog. Who doesn't, right? So much fun to deal with. Well, guess what? Good news for you. We had a couple more nights of it, at the very least. We show you our downtown SkyTam, not necessarily just to talk about the fog, but to remind you of our beach hazards statement that is still in effect and will remain there until at least early tomorrow afternoon. Now, it's not as intense as the high surf advisory. As you can see, wave sets are not as strong as where they were when that was in effect, but still, they're going to be large enough to lead to some potential minor coastal flooding around the time we get to high tide, which is about 7:39 tomorrow morning. Now, it's also going to be breezy in the mountains and the deserts, at least in the evening, as you'll see here from our future cast for the wind gusts. We take you all the way to Sunday in the early part of the afternoon, and this is around the time you might see some increases in wind speeds in the coast and the valleys. But for the most part, I'm doing this because I want to show you the mountains and deserts, and around midnight, 1 a.m. is when those speeds really start to increase. And then it's kind of a similar theme for the following day as well by the time we get to Monday, and then Tuesday through Thursday, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and New Year's Day, January 2nd, is when Santa Ana winds will once again be reintroduced into our forecast. Let's take a look at where visibility is at right now across the region. Fallbrook is now at 4 miles, so a bit of an improvement. San Diego is at 8, so nothing really crazy at the moment, but we do know that is going to diminish the deeper we get into the night and into the morning. Temperatures across the region, 50s and 40s across the board. Palomar Mountain at 39. It'll be cool tonight, cool tomorrow as well. Temperatures will be about 6 degrees below average along the coast. A couple ticks below average as well inland, although the mountains and deserts are still hanging on to temperatures that are well above average for this time of the year. If you don't like the cool weather, just hang on tight just a bit along the coast, because we get a warm up just in time to start the new year at 69 degrees. Nice. And then we take you overnight tonight along the coast, hour by hour. It's going to be cool. 51 degrees for most of us before we crank all the way up to our daytime high of just 60. Some of us might not even crack the 60s, but again, that warm up is coming by the time we get to midweek. Inland neighborhoods will see a similar trend all the way up to 75 degrees by the time we get to Wednesday, but still we got to get through tomorrow first with a daytime high about 10 degrees cooler, topping out at 66 to 67 degrees for most of us. In the mountains, as I showed you, we're already at above average, so if anything, you kind of cool down a bit into the 50s by Tuesday, and then you're back in the 60s by Thursday. A similar deal going on in the deserts, although you're hanging out in the 70s all the way through into the upper 70s by the time we get to next Thursday.